Hi guys, I'm just going to do a quick video just on new moon water. I've never recorded myself doing this kind of stuff before, so bear with me. So this month's new moon is in Scorpio, and it's all about manifestation, intention, and I'm going to put some things together. I'm going to add some things to my jar for my moon water, and I'm going to pull a card for the new moon. I'm using my Moonology Oracle cards from Yasmin Boland. They're really, really good. And then I'm also going to ask for a card from the horses, and I use Catherine Waddington's cards at Waddy Farm in Nanup in Western Australia. So I will do those as well. So to begin with, I've got a new table. So my husband bought it for me for my birthday, which I'm absolutely in love with. Now it's it's really windy, so I'm not sure if my sage is going to light. And this is just normal garden sage. It isn't white sage, and I use the term cleansing or clearing as opposed to smudging, which I feel is very much a closed practice for Indigenous cultures. It's the way that I see things. Okay. Yes, alright. Hopefully it's lit enough. So I'm just going to take just a second just to cleanse my new table. I got a for when I do my card readings, I've got a little holder. That was new for my birthday as well. My crystals have been cleansed since they were last used. But I'm just gonna add some white sage to that, and just it smells really nice as well. If at the very least, you know. And for me, whilst I'm doing this, I set my intention that I'm cleansing my items from any negativity held, and that my intention is to do my new moon water, and also set my new moon intentions. I'm not sure if I said that at the beginning. And then, like I say, it's ever so windy. So hopefully I don't pop that in there somewhere. Oh, it's not as soft as it normally is. Just let that down there. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to add my crystals to the jar, and I've chosen pink quartz and clear quartz for a couple of reasons. I've been doing some crystal work with my mare Lucy, and these were the two crystals that she chose for herself, and I've used them with her, and I've brought them home, and like I say, I've cleansed them and everything. And then I was thinking, well, if they're good enough for her, they're good enough for me. And I think there's a little bit of a message in there that, you know, she's used them and they've helped her. So I'm going to follow suit. So pink quartz, clear quartz, very, very common crystals. They're common, but they work. They're very, very beautiful crystals. You know, the pink quartz. There's a lot in there about self-love, self-compassion. So I'm gonna put these into the bottom of my jar, like that, and then I'm gonna add some water. It just so happens to have some bottled water in the pantry, so I'm going to use that. I'm just going to fill it up. And actually what I'm going to be using this water for is as a bit of a hand wash over the coming weeks, and as a ritual for me to just take a moment every day to reflect on my intentions and the manifestations that I'm working on. And that for me, if I do it in a hand wash, then I'm going to get that ritual every day and just, a little smidgen, and yeah, it keeps everything flowing. So to that, I'm going to use some bergamot oil and just a couple of drops. My bergamot comes out. Oh yeah, really fast. It gets stuck and then lots come out. So some of my essential oils are from my nan, who passed away nearly 9 years ago. And when she passed away, my mum brought them over to Australia for me. So I'm still using them, and they just have a little bit more meaning. They belong to her. So just a couple of drops, and then some orange, and lastly some frankincense, which actually doesn't have a dropper on. I don't tend to use the frankincense that much. It's quite an expensive one. It's great for these lovely rituals. I'm working with the moon, setting intentions. And then lastly to that, I'm just going to add some peppermint leaves. The peppermint's from my garden, and just behind me is my herb garden, which is all my beautiful calendulas. And over there I've got chamomile, tansy, marjoram, sage, lavender, lemon balm, rosemary and thyme. So yeah, lots of goodies growing over there. So I'm just gonna place them in. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need to do for the moon water. Simple. And the last thing that I will do in regards to the moon water is I will make my new moon wishes, set my intentions, however you like to look at things and what you like to call them. Just got some nice fancy paper, and just spend a moment to just express what it is that I want to come to fruition over the next couple of weeks. But there's other things that you can do. You can write on a bay leaf, on a dried bay leaf, and then you've got the magical attributes of the bay leaf as well. So just bear with me just while I take a moment just to set my intentions. You have all these ideas in your head before you start, and then when you sit down and you really think about it, I suppose the gremlins start to talk a little bit, and you kind of convince yourself that that's not possible, so don't waste your time on that, or that's a bit silly. There's no point in wishing on that. But yeah, I think anything that speaks to your heart is worth writing down, and just 2-3 things so that you can really keep an eye on things. You can write a list of 10 10 things that you might want for the next month, but realistically, you know, just work on a few things. I'm just going to fold this up. And I'll pop it under there. Now, after this recording, what I will do is I'll actually place it in front of my little herb garden, and that's where it will stay. Because new moon, early hours of this morning, the energies of the new moon or the full moon or whatever you're working with hang around for about 3 days, so it's a perfect time to be putting these out. And then I'll bring it in. Like I say, I'll do a bit of a ritual of a daily hand wash and just spend that time and think about my intentions, and just keep those energies going. So I'm now just going to take a moment to pick a card for the new moon. No particular question in mind, just you know, what's in store this new moon, really. I'll just take a moment to really shuffle them and connect with them. Now, I don't know all the cards and their meanings just yet. Every oracle card is different, so I will use the little book that comes with it just to guide me into the meanings behind the card. So, prosperity lies ahead, and this card is the new moon in Taurus, so prosperity lies ahead, which new moon, setting intentions, manifestation, prosperity lies ahead, which is absolutely wonderful. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but let me just have a look. The book's actually, so this is the little book that you get with it. It's small, but there's a lot of information in here. So if I can just find, so page 44. So, this card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. And I think I was just saying about when you're setting your new moon intentions or any intentions, that self-doubt starts to creep in. So, you know, that self-worth and you know, that's very fitting. This card suggests you can have what you want, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the law of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and the card holds the new moon energy, so now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. I should probably skim read it before I start reading it out, shouldn't I? If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a sign not to give up just yet. So the teaching, it says, we often feel that it's somehow wrong to focus on our finances, but the truth is that that money can make life far more comfortable from a physical point of view. Taurus knows this, and the new moon in Taurus is the time to work your magic, to create the money you want, so you can have the creature comforts you want. Remember, though, that someone else is still wishing for what you have already. That is very, very true. So, I will pop this one in my little moon holder. See that there? And I'll just pop these away. Like I say, this is just winding. Just worried that everything's going to fly away if I'm not careful. And a message from the horses. And these are, like I say, from Kathleen Waddington at Waddy Farm, and they are all different quotes, and they are placed on photos of the herd at Waddy Farm, and they are either wild-born or descendants of wild-born horses. And Catherine's got a great place down there. It's one of my favourite places to kind of go, and I even drag my husband along. So, a message for this new moon from the horses. Strength lies in differences, not in similarities. And I think that's quite fitting as well, in terms of, again, your self-worth and being yourself, being unique, being true to who you are, and not trying to pretend or use your energy being somebody that you're not. And yeah, I think it's quite fitting that this is the first time I've filmed myself doing anything like this. Somebody may watch it, nobody may watch it, but you know, this is my difference, and I know there's other people that do very, very similar things. Some people laugh at what I'm doing, and people that do it, you know, we all have our own unique ways of doing things, so strength lies in differences, not in similarities. So these will remain on my table for the next couple of weeks. This table belongs in my office. I spend quite a lot of my time in there doing all my studying, so they will stay. And yeah, like I say, I'll put my moon water out and stay under the new moon, and I'll get those energies, and I'll be using them. So I hope this has been of interest or given you some ideas of what to do. Any questions, as always, ask away. Hope you all have a happy day. Bye.